Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts is inevitable. Now, Kingdom Hearts 4 possibly won't have as many worlds as previous Kingdom Hearts titles, but the only reason something like this would happen is because with better hardware comes bigger and grander worlds. And with that, what would be a bigger world addition to Kingdom Hearts than a Star Wars world? There's not that many things that can compete. And what's crazy about that sentence is that this is actually very likely to happen. Some would even go as far as to say this is softly confirmed by what we saw in the opening to Kingdom Hearts 4's major reveal. As we're getting shown images of a darkness forming above the city, we cut over to a forest with tall trees and a waterfall, and then a tiny close-up of the ground where we see a slightly blurry thing in the upper right. This is believed to be the foot of a AT-AT walker during the Battle of Endor, and although we can't see the full image, when you look at the comparisons, it's pretty spot on. On top of this, the area present is very reminiscent of Endor, a planet in the Star Wars universe, which we see in Return of the Jedi. These things in combination have led many to believe that Star Wars is 100% coming in Kingdom Hearts 4. Now, most of this is said by fans of the series. There are no official announcements for this entry's worlds, aside from the inclusion of what will seemingly be the main world in Quadratum, as Sora attempts to find his way back home to his world. Though the director of the game and series itself, Tetsuo Nomura, has confirmed that there will be a few Disney worlds in the game. This likely just being a general term used, which could include regular Disney animations and movies, Pixar, and even Lucasfilm's Star Wars. After development for Kingdom Hearts 3 finished, with the inclusion of Pixar worlds for the first time being greatly received, a lot of interviewers would ask the director about Marvel and Star Wars and future games specifically. There's even plenty of interviews during Kingdom Hearts 3's life cycle, and as soon as it was announced, asking about Marvel and Star Wars in that game. People have been requesting for Star Wars to be in Kingdom Hearts for ages. Ever since Disney bought Star Wars, ever since Disney bought Marvel, one of the big discussion pieces to come out of it is when will they be in Kingdom Hearts. It's crazy it took this long for Pixar to get in. It almost happened way back in the past, but we didn't get a full Pixar world until Kingdom Hearts 3, and we'll likely get many more in the future. So many people have fantasized about what a world will be like where Sora went to go help the Avengers, or take on the Lord of the Sith as a honorary Jedi Knight, or, you know, just a friend by their side. This question has been asked for nearly a decade, and after Kingdom Hearts 3's release, it was requested even more. And with the way these Star Wars shows have been popping, The Mandalorian, Tales of the Jedi, please watch Tales of the Jedi, it's so good. Marvel's been, well, everywhere, shoved down everyone's throats. Even with all of the media, things like Star Wars is receiving, I think plopping Sora right into the middle of that story, just at any point in that story, could create such a cool dynamic with any of the Star Wars characters, really. And I mean, the fights, like the lightsaber Keyblade we could possibly have, and if you guys let Yoko have a crack at remixing Duel of Fates, come on. That is, I can't even fathom it. I literally can't even fathom it. I'm like losing words just thinking about it. The possibilities for Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts, I think those two pieces of media can mesh so well together. Possibly mesh better than anything we've ever seen from Kingdom Hearts. And I believe this because Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts are sort of kind of similar. Now, there's plenty of differences I can list, but a lot of core concepts that are in Kingdom Hearts are very prevalent in Star Wars. Star Wars does go a lot deeper into its politics and into some of its death, some of its tragedy, while Kingdom Hearts is a little bit more on the lighthearted side, but similarities in how they expand their stories, their worlds. You can draw similarities between the Keyblade wielders and the Jedi Order. Characters like Master Xehanort to Anakin Skywalker, especially now after the new lore and Dark Road. Things going on during the Key Saga you can compare to the Old Republic or the prequels. If you are super deep into Star Wars lore and you're also super deep into Kingdom Hearts lore, there's a lot of things that these stories both do together and both do really well. A big concern a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans have when it comes to putting Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts, why so many people are reluctant and it's a tiny bit of a divisive topic among some people in the community, is because Star Wars is a whole universe. A lot of these Disney movies, Pixar movies are very isolated stories. They're not going to different planets constantly or saving the galaxy, going through multiple galaxies, etc, etc. That's something that the Kingdom Hearts characters kind of have in their galaxy. They're the ones that are traveling like through multiple worlds, going through multiple areas. Some Final Fantasy characters do it here and there as well. But in Star Wars, That's part of the game. You're not seeing people on one planet for that long. You're constantly going to planet after planet after planet. There's a whole catalog of planets and galaxies and systems in Star Wars. Star Wars is very vast and deep in its lore, and people think that adding that into Kingdom Hearts will mesh with way too much of Kingdom Hearts' lore, because that would technically mean that these Keyblade wielders are flying their gummy ships or their Keyblade gliders, going through dark portals and light portals and stuff, at the same time as like the Jedi are also flying throughout the world on their ships. The Empire is taking over stuff. It will just create a little bit of a sloppy instance for storytelling. And I agree. I don't think there's an easy way to combat that. However, it doesn't matter to me. Star Wars is one of my favorite franchises, so just seeing that in Kingdom Hearts is just a check off the bucket list. But for contextual purposes, I feel like just making it something relatively isolated or something that's part of another universe, which if Quadratum is what that is, another universe, another side, Keyblades don't naturally exist in this world, perhaps that could be a bit of a cop-out for that style of writing. But ultimately, I think it just doesn't have to be that deep. I believe that you don't have to put Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts while bringing the rest of its lore with it, because some things are very much so catered to Kingdom Hearts, even when it comes to the Disney movies and how they work, how they function. I know we've had some instances recently with Kingdom Hearts 3 where they just loosely say, hey, Kingdom Hearts is canon to Toy Story, and it doesn't really harm the Toy Story plot. It's just a nice fun thing that satisfies some people, I guess, but it doesn't actually have any major bearing on both of their worlds. But outside of things like Toy Story or maybe some other Pixar films in KH3, none of these other worlds are really that canon to their Disney movies. I don't think Pirates in Kingdom Hearts 3 is canon to Pirates, the actual movie, at World's End. There's not a giant keyhole in Jafar's lair in Aladdin. It's like that because it's Kingdom Hearts. These movies are added to add on to Kingdom Hearts' plot, and the same thing would apply to Star Wars, whether it's a big universe or an isolated story. I do think that aspect of it makes it a lot harder to implement Star Wars, because I'm sure I'll play it myself and I'll be questioning some things like, okay, so how does this work exactly? Knowing Nara though, he would likely want it to make sense in Kingdom Hearts, as he does with many other Disney movies that he has included in the past. He will probably try his hardest to make it make sense or put in some specific way. Maybe it's like a dream of Sora's or something, or it takes place in another realm, another universe, like we kind of hinted at earlier. They'll probably put a lot of effort in trying to make sure that Star Wars doesn't conflict with Kingdom Hearts like some people think it would, making sure that it's still Star Wars in its truest form while also not conflicting with whatever Kingdom Hearts has going on, whether that be making Star Wars into a dream world or making it some other universe like we alluded to earlier. They're probably even more aware of these things than even we are, and I'm confident there is a way for this to work, because I think the benefits of bringing Star Wars into Kingdom Hearts outweigh some of the negatives that could be had. Major point being, the inclusion of these worlds only have to be deep as far as it comes to Kingdom Hearts' story. If it also characterizes and adds more to the Disney characters, adds more to their movies, that's a plus too. It could just be a thing where I like Maleficent so much in Kingdom Hearts, or I like Tarzan or Aladdin or Hercules in Kingdom Hearts so much that makes me think more fondly upon their movies, their shows. I don't think there needs to be a whole theory spreadsheet on adding Star Wars into Kingdom Hearts. If there is one, I'm all about it because I love both franchises, but it doesn't have to be that way. I don't think that should come in the way of stopping a world for Star Wars getting into Kingdom Hearts, when it would do so much wonders for the franchise. It would be so cool to add to the franchise. But regardless, I want Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. I'm excited to see Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts if it happens. Hopefully it does. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you want Star Wars? Are you a Star Wars fan? Why don't you want Star Wars? Why do you want Star Wars? What would it add to the story for you? Let me know. I don't get a chance to often talk about Star Wars with people, so I would love to get some conversations going in the comments. But that will be about it for me for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, share it with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out to you guys. Bye.
Now she's a daydreamer. She's always thinking about him. No more room in this picture for you to fit in. Now she's crying on the phone, telling you she's not good enough for him. When you think she's